Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates 3 weeks ahead tease last wishes, shockers and disappointments. Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, makes a last wish. Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Missins Wood, has a shocker, and Daphne Rose will suffer a Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, induced disappointment. From April 28 to May 2, Steffi and Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, will be upset about the showstopper issue. In the meanwhile, Eric Forrester, John McCook, hopes it will make Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, reconsider reuniting with Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang. Although Ridge might think about going back to Brooke, he will ultimately choose to stay with Taylor. Meanwhile, Katie Logan, Heather Tom, will overhear a conversation between Daphne and Zende Forrester Dominguez, Delandi Metz, and discover why Daphne is in town. After confronting Daphne about Steffi's secret plan, Katie might inform Carter about Daphne. Seriously ill Liam will stay at the Cliff House, and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, will question him. Liam plans to mislead her by suggesting she should reunite with Carter, which Hope will consider. Next, during the week of May 5 to 9, Carter might confront Daphne about her lies and tell her to leave. Could this lead Daphne back to Paris and put an end to the nonsense with the nose? Hope might think about giving Carter another chance, but they will face significant challenges. Meanwhile, Brooke will encounter her own difficulties as she realizes her hopes of getting back with Ridge may not work out. It seems Brooke will need to reassess her future and adjust her perspective. From May 12 to 16, B&B spoilers indicate that Liam might ask Steffi to help with Hope. As Liam comes to terms with the possibility of his death, he may want to ensure that Hope and Steffi are on good terms. Since Hope is set to return to Forrester Creations, this could be influenced by Liam. He might pressure Steffi to give Hope her job back and make peace. Steffi could surprise Hope by suggesting a revival of her line or finding her a new role at the company regardless. Liam may receive some positive news. However, Steffi might want something in exchange and could negotiate with Liam. If Steffi insists Liam inform his family about his illness, he might at least confide in Bill Spencer, Don Diamond. The countdown begins. The beach wind howled in the distance as Liam sat silently on the hospital terrace, the ocean a hazy blur in the backdrop. Doctors had done all they could. The diagnosis had been whispered, the treatment exhausted. Liam Spencer, the man who had bounced between loves, fortunes, and betrayals, was told he had 3 weeks to live. Not months, not a miracle, 3 weeks. At first, Liam refused to believe it. But as reality crept in, so did clarity. "I have one last wish," Liam whispered to himself, a worn photograph of Steffi and Kelly tucked in his hand. It wasn't just about Steffi. It was about making peace, with her, with Hope, with his father, and with himself. Meanwhile, Steffi Forrester had no idea the man who once held her heart so tightly was running out of time. She was busy managing Forrester Creations, standing firm against Ridge's push to promote RJ into a higher design position. She respected RJ, but Steffi believed in merit, not legacy handouts. Finn, still navigating the aftermath of Sheila's incarceration, noticed Steffi's increasing tension. "You're stressed," he said, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Is it about the company or something else?" But Steffi couldn't find the words. The weight of secrets, from Luna's scandal to her conflicted feelings about Liam's recent behavior, remained buried. Elsewhere, Hope struggled to reconnect with her creativity. Thomas was gone, again, on a self-healing retreat in Paris. Luna had returned to work, but the tension between her and RG was palpable. Daphne, however, had risen quietly in the ranks. The new design assistant was efficient, focused, and always watching. Daphne had one goal: become irreplaceable at Forrester, and in RJ's heart. But as Liam's health quietly declined, he called in a favor. "Steffi," he said over the phone, voice trembling, "Can we talk?" Alone. Steffi's shocker. Steffi arrived at the Malibu Cliff House, expecting another emotional plea from Liam. What she got instead was silence. Not the awkward kind, the devastating kind. Liam stood near the ocean, his body thinner, his eyes sunken with pain. "Liam, what's going on?" she asked, dread filling her voice. He turned to her, tears falling. "I'm dying, Steffi. I have 3 weeks." Steffi's breath caught. Her world spun. Liam's words hit like a freight train. She wanted to deny it, to rage, to cry, to scream at the universe. But when Liam crumpled into her arms, she held him like she never stopped loving him. Later that evening, Steffi broke down in Finn's arms. She confessed everything. The visit. The diagnosis. The guilt. Finn was supportive, but it stirred an old wound. "You're going to keep this from me?" he asked, quietly. She didn't answer. Liam, meanwhile, began to visit those he wronged, apologizing to Bill for his past judgments, forgiving Wyatt for their rift, and most importantly, visiting Hope. Hope broke down upon hearing the news. "I thought we had more time to figure it all out," she sobbed. Liam didn't speak. He only held her hand and smiled through the pain. But the biggest twist came when Liam made a request to Steffi. "I want to marry you before I go," he said, voice soft and sincere. "Liam," Steffi whispered. "Not for love, not for the past. For Kelly, for me. Let me leave this world as your husband, just for a moment. Give me that gift." Steffi was torn, she loved Finn. But Liam's request wasn't romantic, it was soul deep. Daphne's disappointment. As Steffi grappled with Liam's wish, the Forrester offices buzzed with chaos. The press caught wind of a secret wedding involving a Spencer and a Forrester. The rumor mill churned, and at the center of it all was Daphne, the rising star with a broken heart. She had overheard RG and Ridge talking about Liam's health and Steffi's emotional turmoil. But what caught her attention was RG's softened voice when he spoke of Luna. "I still love her," he admitted to Ridge. That sentence shattered Daphne's world. She had given everything to RJ, her time, loyalty, patience. And yet his heart still belonged to Luna. Fueled by rage and desperation, Daphne made a decision. She began snooping through Ridge's designs, uploading confidential sketches to a hidden file, intending to leak them to a rival firm. Her plan wasn't money, it was revenge. Back at the Cliff House, Steffi stood in her wedding gown, simple, elegant, not Forrester couture, but personal. Liam looked weaker than ever, barely able to stand. Finn watched from the sidelines, holding Kelly's hand. Despite everything, he supported the ceremony, because it wasn't about romance, it was about closure. "I, Steffi, take you, Liam, not just as the father of my child, but as a man I once loved and will always respect." Tears flowed freely. After the ceremony, Liam pulled Finn aside. "You're the better man, don't let her go." Finn nodded. "I won't." That night, as Liam lay in bed at the Cliff House, his breathing shallow, he smiled at Kelly one last time, whispered, "Daddy loves you," and closed his eyes. The screen faded to black. Aftermath. Pain, secrets, and justice. The next morning, Steffi awoke to a silent house. Liam had passed in his sleep. A candle flickered by his bedside. His hand still held their wedding photo. News spread fast. The Forrester family went into mourning. Brooke and Hope grieved privately, while Bill, visibly shattered, vowed to live differently. But then came the fallout. Carter, digging into system logs for an unrelated Forrester business review, discovered a breach. Someone had accessed confidential files. The trail led to Daphne. She was confronted in the main office. Ridge, Carter, Brooke, and even Eric stood in stunned silence as Daphne tried to explain. "I just wanted to matter. RG, he never saw me. I was invisible unless Luna wasn't around." RG looked at her, pained but firm. "You made a choice, and you betrayed all of us." Daphne was fired on the spot, and Ridge promised legal action. As the dust settled, Steffy and Finn took Kelly to the ocean to scatter Liam's ashes. The sun was rising, soft and golden. "He's free now," Steffy whispered. Hope, watching from a distance, clutched a locket Liam had given her. One side held a photo of them with Beth. The other, a small message etched in gold: "Forgive. Live, love." Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.